Nishmas Yimim Merosibus Pas Mordechai. Sechtes B'chayres, all the program were bought. Baruch Hashem. These are the people. Our official, Glenn Esserson bought a bunch. Our official bought a bunch. Kaplan family. Our official again. Chaim. You got to leave some program for somebody. Ari, come on, man. Dapim. Dapim we still have, huh? Oh, amazing B'char. Sechtes B'chayres. Dapim. Had a meeting yesterday with our new artist, Chassidish Yingeman. Every daf, every Amid has like 2 pictures of Amid. It's going to be a different type of Gemara now. You'll see, will look better, everything better. Here are the people. Do I read their names? Dapim sponsors, Joel Gedalis, Israel Rappaport, David Hess, Neil and Judith Halpern, Mark Ashkenazi, Shlomi Rosenberg, Dan Rubinoff, Kippin in the Shpacha, Aaron Eddie Friedman, Yossi Willig, Jacob Gindi, Yoni Kagan, Sruli Furman, Yosef and Tamar Stern, Daniel Yeager, Shaya, Yaroslavitz, Jamie Azulai, the famous Jamie. Rabbi Yisai, the Shabbos of Achtos is coming up very, very soon. It's the Shabbos that we start saying Slichas, if you want to remember where it is. We're doing a raffle for a room. It's 99 shekel per entry. Let's see if we could do something similar to what we did in America. Over there was a big success. 99 shekel could come off your Meiser money because the money goes straight to tzedakah. If you win, then you'll have to take off the 99 shekel part. Oh, somebody wants some spice? This is the way to start off a morning. Right, boys, here we go.
Let me tell you about the greatest and spiciest initiative of Jewish dating history of all time, since Moses came down with the Luchos. Have you heard about the MDY Daf Shidduch initiative, which can be found at mdydaf.com/shidduch? Have you joined yet? Because in 4 weeks, we currently have 2,700 resumes in the system, of which 54 couples are currently in the process of dating or being read. All the way from Sao Paulo, Brazil, woohoo! All the way across the road to Australia. This is where we get everyone together. New York, London, you name it, we're trying to get to everyone. So if you're seeing this video, please spread it. We need all these women and all these girls and all these guys that need shidduchim. Please say a word, 1 word to a friend, 1 word, a text, a WhatsApp, anything that can help. Just get the name out. We need everyone to be part of this initiative. This one right here. Go log on today at mdydaf.com/shidduch. See you there.
Wow. Rabbi Yisai, if you are signing up today, I will make sure that you might get a match with the spicy guy. Listen to this. This is nuts. We're less than 4 weeks in. 24 couples currently going out. 24 couples. That's unbelievable. Plus, he said 50-something are in the process. They're actually going out. 24. It's Meshuggah. The Masechta, sponsored by Zevin Yal Shulov, Perek Shminis, Samuel Pelzin Kendi families, dedicated in memory of Gershon ben Menachem, Yosef ben Tzvi Hirsch, Yisrael ben Mendel. Daf Kuf Yud Aleph, Elisheva and Darren Edelstein, with gratitude to Hashem for our family's aliyah. It should go well here. David Salomon, dedicated in memory of Avi Moyer, Reb Shmuel Baruch, Ben Reb Chaim Tzvi, Doiv Zichron Levrachi, copiers. The Palace Family Foundation, may our limudat Torah during the Chodesh Elul bring us closer to Yemei Geula v'Simcha Anonymous, Hatzlacha Bruchnis Ubigashmis. And thank you to Chief Benny Anonymous for complete refuah shleima and Arichas Yom to Leah Bas Esther, multi-sponsors Chaim and Leah Levy in honor of the MDY family. Anonymous for my birthday and its chus. Hatzlacha of my family Bruchni and Begashmi Shmili and Fegi Koenig in honor of Chaim Levy hosting MDY. U'Hatzlacha b'chol inyanim. More monthly sponsors, the Tzvi's, Refuah Shleima, to Rivka Naomi, Basili Shababatio, Ari Simon, the Refuah Shleima, Avimoiri, Baruch Ben Miriam. Weekly sponsors, Spanish Year sponsors, Lili Nishmas, Rav Yishaya Ben Rav Yosef, Tzvila Betkin, Zech Nishmas, Eliyahu Beryl Ben Shmuel Chaim. Anonymous, the Refuah Shleima, Etel Bas Matl. Warren H. Feldman, in merit of MDY's diligent work, Yishkoyach, Warren. Daily sponsors, Ari Klein, B'schus L'chever from Camp Kaylee, who came together to learn the daf this summer. Beautiful, beautiful. Shkoyach. Anonymous, in honor of my son's bris today, Kishem Shenichlas LeBris, Kein Konas LeToira LeChuppah LeMasim Toivim. Anonymous, do you have a sandik lined up?
It's an anonymous Sunday.
Anonymous Sunday. Mordechai Sapaznik Zech Nishmas will travel. L'Zech Nishmas Zer Shimshon. Rav Shimshon Chaim ben Reb Nachman Michal Zech Tzadik Levroch in honor of Reb Nachman Seltzer, who spreads his Torah. Ben Yoshua in honor of Akiva Moshe Yeshua's 7th birthday. We're so proud of you for being you. Yishmak. Follow Daf sponsor anonymous for the year. L'Fur Shlema Yisomer Ephraim ben Chaya Blima for the month. Rachel and Alex Katz in honor of their beautiful children. May they grow in Ahavas HaTorah and Yiras Shamayim. MDY Shidduch Initiative anonymous. Zivik Hog Mekarav Mamish. L'Shana Brocha Bas Shalamis. V'Chaim David ben Shalamis. Freddie Freeman, the famous Freddie Freeman, world-renowned shadchan. He might not be a shadchan anymore. I don't know what his thing is. But he was a big shadchan, and he actually read my daughter a shidduch in support of this groundbreaking initiative, with credit to Mati Belsky for changing the landscape for shidduchim. So we have a haskama from Freddie. It's a Landsman. He's from Chicago. His father's Rashiva and Skokie over there. MDY Kids sponsors. He made shidduchim like, from Los Angeles, what's the famous, Rechnes, shidduchim, and all those, world famous shadchan. MDY Kids sponsors month. Innovation LLC has a schus for Akiva Simcha ben Feiga, and Rivki Yudis Bas Yafa Chayir, our kids, 2 MDY Art month. L'Refur Shlema Mordechai ben Esther, L'Refur Sayeled, Daniel Zeb ben Ayelet Esther, Aboisai. Here we go. Shmak. We're holding the Kuf Yudam, the Bays, and we were discussing the liver. The liver is interesting. It's all blood, and you're allowed to eat the liver. It's all blood. There's a special exception in the Torah that you're allowed to eat that kind of blood. And Abaya wanted to know, what about the blood that comes out of the liver while you cook it, and it goes into another piece of meat? Do we say, oh, it's mutter blood? Look, you're eating it as is. We're eating blood, liver. So maybe if it goes into something else, it's also okay. So he says, the fact that the liver itself is mutter, that I know. So the Gemara says, 5 lines, we'll just go back 2 lines. The liver itself, you had no problem. This now, because it's a Mefurish Mishnah in Eseres, the liver itself is not asur. So I'm asking you, Abaya, why were you so bothered by the other halacha? L'meisa chaverto, whether the liver has the ability, the blood that comes out of the liver, does it have the ability to ruin other meat in the pot? That shouldn't be a question to you either. Why are you sending people to Eretz Yisrael to ask the question? Why? This not, it says Mefurish in the Mishnah. It says in the Truma, Hakaved oiseres, it makes other meat asur. Here, that's the answer to your question. Hakaved oiseres, it makes other meat asur. You're asking me, could you cook a liver with your chunk meat? No, it makes it asur. Veinu neseres, and it itself is not asur. Why? The liver is busy expelling the blood. It doesn't have the chance to absorb blood. It's when you're cooking it, all it does, it's a one-way street. We're going to see something interesting later on in the sugya, is that, at least according to some, that the Gemara seems it's not according to some, that when you overcook it, that it's done expelling the blood, then it relaxes and it's able to start accepting others. It can re-accept the blood. Okay. Says Gemara, we're holding the last line, Daf Kuf Yud Amud Beis, Omelei. So, Ramayach Biderman once said, he says, when you're a darshan, and this applies very much to Daf Yomi Magachir, when you hear a good vard, a good story, the first thing that comes to your mind is, where can I put this in? Like, where is this going to fit? And suddenly you just put it in, it's Boydem and Klutz, and Mendy says, what's the shaykh is? But the first thing that comes to mind, you hear good, like, where am I going to put this in? And he says the problem is that as a darshan, as a magachir, you're not thinking how to absorb it. You're thinking how to be piloted. You're thinking how to give it over, but you yourself are not taking any musar. And then he says, and when I heard this vart, I thought about this also. Where am I going to put it in? What sugi am I going to put it in? And here, it fits in right over here. It's pilot. Ve'ena boilas. It gives over. It doesn't absorb. J, K, what's going on here? You're back. Well, what's the smoking situation? Need to know.
1,745 minutes and 30.
How many days is that?
1,700
No, how many days? Days. There's-
700.
No. 700 days is 2 years. You're in the 2-month range, dude.
74 days.
So just the gold problem with the zero. The extra zero, it's not a big deal. Once you get to 740, you're not counting minutes anymore. You know what I'm saying? So 74 days. Over, what is that? How many months is that, 74? How many? What is that? You're doing the calculation over there, huh? It's like 2.5 maybe? Okay, so listen, 2.5 months, how's it feel? You still, you want a cigarette? You're trying to milk it as much as you can. Come on, you don't have any cheshire with cigarettes anymore. There's a guy from the Hebrew Shir, he said he's done, finished, done. 2.5 months, has zero cheshire, nothing. Okay, fine, it should keep on going. Don't give in. Listen, when you go to a simcha and they try to give you one, just that one, that's how you start over again. That one, don't touch it, not even one. Okay, gewaldig. Did you hear that guy from Haifa, the barber? He said he didn't touch a cigarette in a month and a half because of this year. You didn't see. You're not on top of this year. You with the daf? You did kuf test. You did already because kuf test is the top.
When you're not here, I just do that.
Oh, the nothing but the daf.
Yeah.
Or that other guy. All right. Zok the Gemara. Omar lei. So he says, Dilma Hassan, Surah, you have no raya from over there that a liver could aser other meat. Because maybe over there we're talking about, it's very interesting, maybe over there we're talking about a non-kosher liver. Maybe a treif liver. And what's the thing with the treif liver? Umishum shamnunisa. Because the liver has fats, and if it's treif, so it's treif fats. And we're not concerned about the blood. Mishum damamai. I still don't know what the halach is the blood. What's the shiloh with the blood? We have something that you're allowed to eat the blood as is. So maybe if the blood expels itself and goes into the pot and goes into other things, maybe it's mutter, or maybe no. Maybe the halach, it's a special xeris hakosov that when the blood is inside the liver and part of the liver, then you're allowed to eat it. Once it goes outside and does something else, it's also, we had something similar by the khal. The milk inside the khal, you're allowed to cook it as is. Once it leaves, then it becomes awesome. There are bottom. Says Gemara, Kihodar Solik, we have stories here. Kihodar Solik, when Rav Safar went back to Eretz Yisrael, asking Reb Zrika, he bumped into Reb Zrika. Amalei, Hainamiti loiti bayalach. This is also not a question. Why? Da'ano, I myself, Rav Zrika myself, v'yarai bereder Reb Ami, both of us, and Yanai, Iklan lebei Yehuda bereder Reb Shimon ben Pazi, we both went to Yehuda, the son of Reb Shimon ben Pazi's house. And what did they give us? The most interesting dish you've ever heard of in your life. Ukrivelon kanya bekoife. You know, we spoke about the konen veshet, the trachea, the esophagus. So man, the guy grabs a hold of the trachea, the breathing tube, and on it, it's like grapes. On it, you have a heart, you have a liver, you have the lungs. And dumped it down on the table. Here, have something to eat. You know, the Gemara says it's kasha l'shikha. If you eat liver, kasha, it's bad for your memory, heart, and brain. It's like 2 out of 3. It's a great combination. It's yummy. But what is it called? It's, Murabi Yerushalmi, exactly. It's, sweetbreads, or whatever they're called.
Exactly.
You're holding this pipe, this kana, and attached to it, dangling the heart, the lung, the liver. Here, we ate it. We're gonna, well, you choishish? You don't have to ask. Don't worry about it. You don't have to ask. Certain things you don't have to ask for. V'achalna, we ate it. Mascular of Ashi, v'teimer Reb Shmuel b'zrukinya, v'dilma pi kana chutz l'kdei rahava. Maybe, I'm going to show you the video in a second. Maybe the pipe that this kana is dangling outside of the pot, and the blood from, and you're going to see it all in the video, the blood that's inside all of this comes out. I don't know which one to show. Well, it's all going to become clear from all these videos. Maybe the blood will come out of the pipe. All the blood, in the heart, the liver. So there are many who struggle to understand Rashi. Like, what's the connect? How does blood? This is a breathing tube. Oxygen goes in and out. Where's the blood from the liver going to find its way into the breathing tube? It sounds good, like theoretically. So some want to say Rashi wasn't a doctor, he didn't really know. The Stipler says no, it means that he cut he made a cut and it went through. But in the Sichas Chullin, Rav Amitai ben David, who did the shechita for us, he says, I took the kana with the 3 limbs, I put it in a pot, I boiled it, I put the thing, and blood started coming out. It drained the blood out. He said, I did it. And it works. I don't know how. Don't ask me how. Maybe from the pressure of the hot water, instead of the blood going into the pot, it can't. It looks for the easiest way through the veins. I don't know what. That's what he says. Or, inami michlat have a cholad le'mikara. Maybe you seared this whole thing. You sear it. How do you sear it? What does searing mean? You know, like you make a steak. You put the raw meat on the grill for like 30 seconds, a minute. It sears it. It goes psst, and it locks all the juices in. Then you flip it over. You lock everything in. By putting in the kana into the boiling water or into vinegar, it locks it in. It doesn't allow for the blood to come out and hurt other meat.
Doesn't Rashi say that it goes outside of the pot?
No, that's in the kana. The kana part goes outside of the pot.
The blood is going out of the kana.
Yeah. The blood, I'm going to show you a video. The kana dangles over the pot, and the blood travels out of the organs into the pipe outside, drains itself outside of the pot. Now we're saying, you'll see it in the video, you understand? I just want to get to the end over here so everything's clear so this video doesn't mix people up. Does understand? Michlat avachal is another thing. Nothing to do with the kana outside of the pot. You sear it. You go, psst. You put it into the boiling water. It locks everything in. It doesn't allow for the blood to escape from the liver because you seared it. You put it on. Let's say you put it on the grill for a second. You sear. You lock it in. You close it up. How? Putting it in vinegar. Michlat avachal lemikara, either through vinegar or through hot water.
So we still have our question.
Yeah, we still don't know. Kiha, the Gemara says, Kiha de Ravuna, chalti le bechala, he took a liver and he seared it in challah, which is vinegar. Rav Nachman chalti le biroitchin. And Rav Nachman did it with hot water, which is interesting to remember this, that Rav Nachman is the one who seared it, because later on he's like, you don't have to do anything, you just cook it, like to make it better, so let's see what we have here today.
Is there special properties for liver?
Liver only.
Liver only.
Because liver has a lot of blood in it. Liver is blood, and you're allowed to eat the blood as is, but are you concerned that the blood is going to leave the liver into your child and ruin other things? The searing the water is good to lock the blood. Other organs don't have blood like that. That's one. Check this out. This is how it works. Rabbi Isai. The blood in the liver leaves through the kana. Okay. Says Gemara V'Savra Papa Kamed Rava Lemeimar Chala Osir. Rav Papa wanted to say that this vinegar that health inspector drank from, he shouldn't be allowed to drink from it. Why? Because perhaps some of the blood in the liver came out of the liver into the vinegar. What are you talking about? The whole idea of the vinegar is that the vinegar locks it in. If you're going to tell me that you're concerned that blood left the liver, if it didn't really lock it in, and this liver is no longer busy expelling anything because you locked it in, sort of, but it didn't really lock it in, so it's kind of relaxed. It's relaxed. How did the blood come out? Because there's some sort of relaxation in this liver. It's not a pilot, so then it's able to absorb also. That's what he's saying.
Then it was pilot. Either it was pilot and it came out.
But why was it pilot? Because he's saying mimanavshach. If the searing doesn't work, and it allowed like a hole in it for something to leave, so through that hole that it left, it should also take back. The searing is supposed to lock it up 100%. That's what he says. I hear what you're asking. Says the Gemara story. Rav bar Shaba ikla lebei Rav Nachman. The person by Rav, the son of Shaba. He comes to Rav Nachman's yeshiva. Isolate kavda. What do you do the first day of yeshiva? Always a nice geshmaka liver, human liver. Kavda shlika. But what kind of liver? Cooked in a pot, not broiled. Broiled, we said, is not an issue, but the cooked one is a problem. So let me ask you, Rabbi Isai, what's the halacha today? If somebody cooks a liver, takes a liver, instead of roasting it, cooks the liver with nothing else in the pot, just water, are you allowed to eat it or not allowed to eat it? You say no. Anybody want to say yes? No. Please, somebody, just to make it a little. Wow! Yossi K, where are you? Your mamas, you're right. You're right. It's not a problem. We're going to see in a second. They brought him this cooked liver, he didn't eat it. The issue is expelling of the blood of the liver into the pot and ruining the chunk, ruining other meat. But in itself is not bileya. It went out, it doesn't come back in. Why shouldn't you be able to eat it? Amrulay, so they go to the Rosh Hashiva and they snitch. Barbe Rav, this new guy, this new Talmud, the Lagav that's inside the Bismillah, he refuses to eat the chashavet dish that we made. Umanu, what's his name? Rav Bar Shaba. His name is Rav, the son of Shaba. Amr Rav Nachman. Says Rav Nachman, this is 100% mutter to eat. Remember, Rav Nachman is the one that said he used to sear it. But he says, you don't have to sear it. As long as you cook it, with nothing else in the pot, just liver, gamul shaba, take his mouth and put it in there. Force it into his mouth. Don't be nice to this guy. Of course. Don't worry. Do not worry. Got the video. It's a classic.
אתה משחק איתי משחקים? באלול! ככה עושים! רבני אמר מפורש בשיעור של הדף. הנה, תראה.
Kitanoi, zog the words machlokes tanoi. Rebbe Lezer oimer akobeli seres venin seres. Rebbe Lezer says liver can make other meat aser, but it itself doesn't become aser. Mipnei shepelez venin pelaz. It has the ability to expel, but it doesn't absorb. Rabbi Shmuel ben Oishar b'yochim b'broik oimer metubeles oiseres v'neseres. Only when you spice it up, so the spices soften it up physically. And memela, then it has the ability, since it's soft, it makes other things aser, and it itself becomes aser. Shluka, but if it's cooked, so Rashi says it's cooked for a long time, longer than usual, oiseres v'neseres, then it itself becomes aser, then it has the ability also, similar to putting spices, it has the ability to absorb. Says the Gemara, Rabba bar Rav Huna, Ikla lebe Rabba bar Rav Nachman. Rabba, the son of Rav Huna, went to Rabba bar Rav Nachman's place. Isaac Amei Tlos, he went to his house. He went to his house for Shabbos. Asil Kamei Tlas Soy Yosavi Tachi. Like 3 measurements of saw of like cake with oil and a geschmack cake. The top is oil with the honey, really good stuff. Like in Yossi's bakery, like geschmack stuff. Omar lahu mi havi yaditu dasina. You knew I was coming for Shabbos. No, so what's the halacha, Rabbi Yisai? You have a guest that comes for Shabbos, and he's like, wow, you made all this yummy food for me. You knew I was coming. So what's the halacha? You allowed to say yes? Why not? Why not? But you're trying to make him feel good. There's das.
He assumes you do it, then you don't say.
But if he asks you and you say, you're not allowed to say yes. If he assumes he's mata atzmoi, you're right. That's the story I wrote in the army. It wasn't such a great one, but we were in Yellowstone, and at the Shabbos table, I was giving the daf on that sugya here in Chullin, whatever daf it was. Tzaddik, I don't know what.
Tzaddik, yeah. Very good.
Zichru. You knew it was Tzaddik Daled?
Yeah.
Very good. I'm not going to tell you where I'm holding there. So,
You just did.
right, before Tzaddik Daled. So, I said in the thing, I asked posed the question, you have a guest coming for Shabbos, and you were planning on opening up this expensive bottle of wine, your favorite, and the guest comes, so you want to make him feel good. You say, oh, we're going to open up a special bottle just for you. This is a $300 bottle. Are you allowed to do that to make him feel good? And immediately before I finished the question, my daughter says, absolutely not. It's Gnevas Das. Not only that, she goes on, she says, if you see somebody that you don't really like, but you want to make them feel good, so you invite them for Shabbos knowing that they're going out of town that Shabbos, So you're yoytze. He's like, oh, why don't you come for Shabbos? And then, I can't come. I'm going here. I'm flying to... Oh, you're flying to... Oh, I didn't chab. Wow. Okay, I'll catch you next time. So I said, how do you know this? She says, because you said this at the table 21 years ago. 21 years ago. 3 cycles ago in Chicago, I said on the Shabbos table, same exact thing. And she remembered everything. So I was like, wow. The power of saying it, I said it in an interesting way, the whole thing. She managed to describe the whole from beginning to end.
That was the only thing she remembered.
What? Good. Whatever it is. So you're not allowed to say, you're not allowed to tell him, oh yeah, I knew you're coming, that's why I made all this beautiful cake. What did they say? They said, mamish in a nice way. Amrulei, ma'adifas lamina. Are you better than Shabbos itself? T'chsiv, v'karasa l'Shabbos oinig. There's a mitzvah to be misaneg in Shabbos, to make beautiful things, expensive things, spend a lot of money. We know that your whatever Mezanis HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives you, Rosh Hashanah does not include Hitzah Shabbos and Yom Tov. Rabbi Yosef says that if you could go with this concept, but you cannot start looking at prices and start comparing. You gotta go in and whatever you want, you take. You just go. There's a beautiful Chavetz Chaim, I wrote down the words. Check this out, on Shabbos. If you on Shabbos feel like smelling the tabak, take a shmek tabak, is min oiver the mitzvah von Einig Shabbos. If you want a shmek tabak and you say no, then you're oiver on Einig Shabbos. L'chayra, if you see a geschmack piece of cake on Shabbos and you say not now, you're over on any Shabbos. That's what it says in the Chavetz Chaim. It's a big inyan to go and spend on Shabbos and not to worry about. In fact, if you look it up in the tour, Simon Reishman Beis, he's a tremendous arichos of how you should spend, and don't worry. And the Bach says, why is the tour Rishon spending so much time? So he says, the Bach says, to explain, he says, because he's talking to Loim de Torah also. And he wants them to know it's not just Balabatim that have money, even people that struggle should spend on Shabbos, not worry about it. And if a Talmud Chacham is going to say, well, I don't have time to sit there and eat dessert and then pitzuchim and all this. No, he's supposed to be Misaneg al Hashem, especially Talmud Chacham, more so than a Balabas. Talmud Chacham should spend more time on enjoying himself on Shabbos. And a Balabas should be chazering the daf. Zog the Gemara. Adahachi ashkach aukavda dahava basim poina. So he found in the liver, he found a great artery, the simpoina, the bliadama. There was blood in the simpoina. Omar lahu, and he says to them, Ravuna, amay avidu achi, what's wrong with you? You cooked the liver with the simpoina. There's blood in it. Omar le, well, what should we do? Omar lahu kiru shesi ve'erev, make some nice cuts in the liver, and make sure that this cut is on the bottom. You flip it over where the cuts are on the bottom and they could drain out. The blood drains out. So the Gemara, and this is the liver. But the spleen, you also see white on it. It's a different white. Shumana ba'almahu. Let me show you this video. It's fantastic from Weissfish. It's unbelievable. Yishkoyach Rav Weissfish, all the videos he sent us. This is like, you can't get better. You can't understand the sugi better than this. You see that white? That's what's confusing. The white looks like fat, but it's a vein. And there's blood in it. You see the blood in that vein. And you flip it over where the cuts are on the bottom. But the spleen also has that white, but that's nothing. The white is not a vein. The white is fat. And it looks similar, but that's why the Gemara says, what about Chayil? Why did the Gemara ask, I don't know, what about the lungs? Because the Chayil has something similar color. You could get confused and think that it's some sort of vein that contains blood. No, that's only fat that you're allowed to eat. Says the Gemara, Shmuel Avdilei Tavshila, the Tachle, they cooked up the spleen for him, so when he would get his bloodletting in those days is a big thing, you know, like to feel better after you donate some blood. Here in Eretz Yisrael, maybe the Ilam should mistama, they need blood. They're always in a deficit here. It's a big thing to give blood. So on that day, they would give him a spleen. Spleen was good for that. Itmar kavda ilovei bisra shari. They were doing a whole video production yesterday of the artists and everything. So I walked into the office, and Yoshi was in the middle of drawing, and he asked me that, and I said, "Oh, your thing is upside down." Like he was drawing the skewer, like you have today, like a spigot. What is it called? Like something, two things. The spit, you know, in a rotisserie, like how do you? So you have the skewer, the spit in the middle, like this. I said, no. What Rashi says is up and down, and so he changed the picture. I went on there, I drew it for him. It was gewaldig. It looks like what?
Shawarma.
Literally like a shawarma. Here we got a geschmacka picture. We're talking about, can the liver be above meat? What's the problem? It's going to start dripping blood. And the answer is it's not a problem, because the blood just keep on falling off. It doesn't get absorbed into the meat. Okay, so that's one. Kavdi levei bisro, when the liver is above the meat, shari. Why? Dama mishrik sharik, the blood is going to just slip right off. Chali levei bisro, but if you have the udder with milk on top of meat, also it's no good. My taima chalav seruchi misrach, milk is more sticky. The nature of it will stick to the meat. Rav Dimi Nardam Asni Ibcha. Rav Dimi says no, it's the exact opposite. The milk above the meat is okay. My taima, what's the worst comes to worst? Chalev shchuta d'Rabbanan. Let's say milk comes out. It's only Yisur d'Rabbanan to drink the milk after the animal, when you extract it after the animal dies. Kavdi lo bebisra aser, but to put liver above meat, that would be aser dam d'Oraisa. The blood, we have to be more concerned. So they ask him, Marvshach, what's going on here? But he's saying you got to be more concerned about blood than milk. Right. So how does the Metzias work with it? It's they're both like, yeah, exactly. Let's say it's almost equal. I got to be more concerned with the blood, and don't be so concerned with the milk. Darsh Mereimar. And at the end of the day, we have la'alacha l'maisa hilchas ben kav the ben chala, whether it's the liver or the udder. Tusei bisra shari, you can put it right underneath the meat. Ilovei bisra di'evedin l'chatchila loy, but above, no way. Now, what's this tusei bisra shari? What's the big deal? Rashi here says something super interesting. He says, but in our days, that we put the skewer vertically, horizontally, our skewers, they don't go up and down. They lay. And what's the nature? When you take it off, what are you going to do? You're not going to put it exactly 9 degrees. You're going to lift one end. I don't know which end you're going to lift, but one end is going to be above the other, and then you have an issue that it's going to drip in. It doesn't matter where you placed the liver, you should always make it aser in our days. L'chatchila. Do you have it in l'chatchila? L'chatchila, you shouldn't do this. Ravashi says the Gemara. Ikla lebei Rami bar Abba Chamor. His father-in-law's name was Rami bar Abba. Chazi lebrei de Rami bar Abba. He saw the son of Rami bar Abba, which means his own brother-in-law. He saw his father-in-law's son. Now he's what? He's using a skewer, mamish like in this picture over here, like this. He put the liver right above the meat. Omar, he tells his brother-in-law to his face, "You're such a balgaiva." Rabbanan said you can do this after the fact. Why are you going in the first place and putting liver above the meat? Reb Shalom Shvadron says that when he was 14 years old, he went to Hebron and they were davening mincha close to Shkia. And he noticed that the chazan was a little confused what to do about Tachnon. It was after Shkia already. So he was 14 years old, he gave a clap and he goes, Kaddish. He was a 14-year-old. Davening is over, the Rishiva goes like this to him, get over here. In front of the whole yeshiva, he says, go get a Mishnah Berurah right now. So he goes and gets a Mishnah Berurah, and he says, okay, open up to where. He says, what does the Mishnah Berurah say? This situation, you start before Shkia, you got to after Shkia, you say Tachnon, but you don't do the field sapayim, you don't go like this. You say it standing up. Why did you say Kaddish? If you know, you know. You don't know, what do you come to yeshiva, start banging here? He says he was depressed for 2 days. He couldn't get out of bed. He was embarrassed in front of the yeshiva. And he said, in those days, we were able to take it. Today, it's not. It's like, Bagaiva what you are. You know, it's a great way to get into a nice relationship with your brother-in-law. Call him a Bagaiva like this. Which, if we're already saying it, I heard a story. I said it once before. There's a guy who had to make a chasana, and he went to Rosh Hashanah, and he says, I want to go to America. What should I do? So he says, listen, make sure, no matter what, you always go to a shir at night. No matter what. And the other thing is, no matter what they give you, you say thank you with a smile. You don't belittle it. You say thank you. Okay. One night, he realized that he didn't go to shir. He didn't learn a Jewish word that day. Obviously, he wasn't Daf Yomi yid. He was, what should I do? Say the pajama. Okay. He decided to get dressed. He goes to shul. And in the shul, the Rav is talking about that you shouldn't be megadol kelev rabbis beisa. The person shouldn't have a bad dog at home. Okay. The next day he goes to some gvir, and the gvir puts $1 in his little dog's mouth, and the dog comes to him and gives it to him. $1 with a dog. You're talking about a Israeli yid who dogs and Israelis don't really get along so well. besides if you live in Ramat Shemesh. So he takes the $1 and he says, thank you. And he says, oh, you know, I got to tell you, just heard a shir about Megadol Kelev Ra. This dog is a tzaddik of a dog. This dog is a tzedakah dog. He gives tzedakah. This kind of dog you're allowed to have l'chatchila, l'kula alma, according to halacha. So the guy says, what, mamish, you? He says, yeah. He says, you look like a rav. You know, you came with the whole beard, and this guy obviously did. He said, if so, I need you to speak to someone. You got to tell this guy that this dog is mutter. He says, who? He says, my father-in-law. Father-in-law is very, very upset that I got a dog. He stopped speaking to me 2 years ago. We haven't seen it. So they go knock on the guy's door. He says, well, father-in-law, I brought a rav from Eretz Yisrael. He wants to tell you a psak. He says, yeah, this dog is 100% mutter. You're allowed to have a dog like this. The whole problem is that the dog might bite. This is a tzedakah dog. This is mamish, a good dog. So the father says, oh, Hoyel, and you made Chullin, then I want to give you $20,000. And the son-in-law says, I want to give you $20,000. And they said, well, wait a minute, you're already mishpacha. Mishpacha, we're also going to pay for your wedding. That's the message you come out tell you. I have to say Shalom Aleichem with some of the guests here. Real quickly, what's your name? From
Beitar.
Beitar, Shalom Aleichem. You know this guy? Are you? Okay. And what's your name? From? Woodmere. You look like a Woodmere guy. You're in the picture in the book where it says Woodmere, you're there, right? The shirt, the whole thing, the hair. Shkoyach for coming. What's your name? From? Queens. Shalom Aleichem, David. Okay, who else? Is somebody else? Oh, Shalom Aleichem. What's your name?
Jeff Glickman with my son Zev.
Zev, Shalom Aleichem. From where?
Toronto.
Wow. Shalom Aleichem. Very nice. And you're also shtickle new here.
Yeah, you're Kogel, Cincinnati.
Cincinnati. Wow. I used to hang out there a little bit. Okay, cool. Excellent. There's more guests than regulars here. So shvacha day today. Yivaldik, what? Who? You're not a guest. What's your name?
Ezra Hamui from Chicago.
Oh, that's what it is. You're a guest here. I see you in Chicago all the time. Like, you're not a guest. Is it?
No.
No, how you doing? You're the wine guy, no? So I know, okay, so I thought it's like, oh, wow, it's confusing. How you doing?
We just saw each other a few weeks ago.
Yeah, exactly. We spoke about wine.
Yeah.
So that's, your mom came in the right day. I spoke about wine. Give me Shabbos. You pull off that trick. I'm opening up this bottle just for you. You have has a whole wine collection, massive wine collection. Yishkoyach, I hope you brought me some, no? All right, Givaldi, we got to learn a little Torah here. Sponsors, oh, that's right. Turning to the Daf, Encore Healthcare as a schus for Klal Yisrael, this Elul, Shmuel and Ova Schuster as a schus for the Yom Adin, at our global specialists in international financial services, Tzvi Lebetkin, L'zech Nishmas Elio, Beryl Ben, Shmuel Chayim. Omer Rav Nachman Shmuel Sakin Sheshocha Bo, Rabbi Yisai, the knife. Oh, yeah. V'ike Beidugi. Anybody else like this word besides me? I love it. Beidugi. You got a dugi. V'ike Beidugi. Bistri Levei Kavden Ami Aser. If you have a plate that catches, you know, on a grill, you have this plate that catches all the fats and so now it's a problem because in the fat, a grease trap, in the fat, blood is going to fall in there. Now, what's the problem with that? Because any normal person, after you grill, you take that trap and you drink it. It's very, very healthy. It's very geschmack. And you might, here, we even have a video of it. Ari, we have videos for everything today. Here we go. Check this out. You have a little blood going in there also. This is good stuff. This is very geschmack. No. Avi's not even looking. Avi looked away. It's AI, Avi. Avi. Okay, Omer, Dome de Bistro Shochein. Oh, Omaisna mit Dome de Bistro. Now, if you just have the blood of the meat, forget about the liver. What about regular meat that falls into the doogie? What about that blood? Why is that not a problem? Everybody drinks the doogie afterwards. So how come you're not concerned about the blood? Oh, it's always geschmack to drink that fat that comes out of the grill when there's blood in the cup and the blood goes to the bottom. That's not a problem. Everybody drinks that. Doma the kavda, coffee, the blood of the liver for some reason flows to the top. That's a shtickle problem. You have a knife that you shecht with. Now, we know that the neck of the animal is like boiling. And therefore, it absorbs blood into the knife. You could even wipe down the knife, blood will go into the knife. Therefore, also, you're not allowed to cut boiling items afterwards because the blood that's in the knife, it got absorbed by heat, it will expel itself with heat, so there's blood in the knife, the blood will come out into your hot items. If you want to cut challah, something cold, okay, but something hot will come out into the food. So now, what if you cut something cold? Amri lo boyadacha. Some say you have to take that cold food and wash it down, so it wouldn't work so well with the challah. And some say you don't even have to wash it. Interesting, you have let me show you another video. Ari, we have a lot of videos today, sorry.
20 minutes I have been standing here. What is even going on in there?
No! There is nobody inside! Sorry, there was traffic, sorry.
No? We almost left.
Okay. Where is the knife? 1 second! 1 second!
No!
Shlomo, I need a knife, now!
I am in the middle.
I have 20 people outside.
I said I am in the middle and it is still hot.
Hey!
That one is for slaughtering.
I found one!
What is that thing?
1 moment, I'm washing it, 1 second.
Where did you get that?
It's fine, completely clean. Who's first? Wait, why is that red? What? That's not...
Why is the meat red? No, what did you put on it?
I washed it.
This is not kosher!
I washed it, it was clean!
Where did you get that knife?
From the slaughterhouse!
Oh, sorry. We got to get to the next sugya. This is one of the most fascinating sugyas. Says Shmuel, you have a bowl that all you did is you soaked the meat in salt. Salt, as we're going to see in a second, and we learned it in this Masech, the salt is like boiling. So what happens? You have blood that comes out of the animal, and because you have boiling, the bowl that you're doing this in is boiling. Why is it boiling? Because a lot of salt, then the blood goes into the bowl. So it's the same thing like a knife that has blood in it. You have a bowl that has blood in it. You're not allowed to put hot food in it because the hot food is going to make the blood come out of the kli and go into that food. I'll just remind the olam that that sugya, salt is like, if you put salt on something, it's like boiling. And if you put meat into water and you're pickling it, it's v'kavish harehu kimavushal. Maliach is like riteach, kavish is like mavushal. Also part of Zichur? Tzadik Zayin. Kiyasa Rav Amar Rabbi Yochanan. Says Rabbi Yochanan. They say in the name of Rabbi Yochanan. Maliach enikiriteach. I argue with this. Salting something is not like boiling. The kavush enikim mavushal, and pickling or having it sit in water is not like cooking. Amar Rabbi Yehuda unless it's not true that Rabbi Yochanan said this. Dahi pinko. There was a bowl made out of earthenware. The Havabe Rabbi Ami the Malach Bibis. Rabbi Ami used it to salt the meat. The Tavre and he broke it. And what's the kasha? Michti Rabbi Ami Talmud Rabbi Yochanan Hava. Rabbi Ami was a Talmud of Rabbi Yochanan. He would do everything what his Rebbe said. My Talmud Tavre. Why would he break it? It has to be it must be that salting is like boiling, and therefore this kli absorbed blood, and there's nothing you can do with it now. Because if you're going to use it for something else, the blood will go out and ruin anything you put in there. Let's break it. Yasser Rav Kahana Achua, the Rabbi Yehuda Kamei Rav Huna. Rav Kahana sat in front of Rav Huna. And he said, if you have a bowl that you salted meat in it, you're not allowed to eat hot food in it. Utsnain shechatoche besakin. You have a radish, a turnip, a radish that's a radish has a sharpness to it. You cut it with a knife. You cut it. What kind of knife? A meat knife, a fleshik knife. Now because the snain has a sharpness, it pulls some of the meat out of the knife. So now the turnip became a piece of meat. The flavor of the meat that was in the knife leaves the knife, goes into the turnip. Mutar la'achle bekutach. You're permitted to eat it with kutach. I'm not going to show you the video of kutach because in the Hebrew shir they said I showed it 6 times in the last 4 months. Good, beautiful. So your kutach is milk. Kutach is milk. Who's that guy that's giving the shir? This is what happens to human beings. Every 3 years, I don't have gray hair? I wouldn't say completely black, but I might have been 10 pounds lighter then. The ties is shtickle interesting. Who wears such boring ties? Anyway, my time up. Ask the Gemara, what's the difference between a radish that absorbed meat to a kli that absorbed blood? Meat is 100% mutter. So it absorbed meat. It's a mutter. But this bowl absorbed blood, and blood is aser. It makes no sense what you're saying. Okay, every piece of meat is mutter, but it doesn't go well with milk. You can't eat milk and meat. So what if it's mutter? We're talking about eating the meat with milk, and it's going to be a problem. So you're going to eat cereal in a bowl that's a fleshik bowl, and the meat of the that's in the bowl is going to go into your cereal, and the milk is going to be a problem. What are you telling me? The meat is mutter. I'll tell you pshat. You could taste the radish. Any Jew could taste the radish. Why? Because it's just meat. So worst comes to worst, you just became fleshik. You taste it. It doesn't taste like meat. Now you can eat it with dairy. But what are you going to do with the bowl? How are you going to taste blood? You don't know if it's blood or not. You can never taste it because you're Jewish. What's the answer? Let a non-Jew taste it. Okay, that's the Gemara's question. Let the chef taste it. We learned a gdeira that you cooked meat, you should not cook with it milk. And if you cooked it, then you taste it. If you did the same thing with truma, you're not allowed to cook chulin. But if you were over, if the truma gave flavor, you're not allowed to eat it. I could have a Jew taste it. His name is a kohen. He's allowed to eat truma, so you can taste whether it tastes like truma or not. But if you have meat and dairy together, how are you going to know if it tastes like basa b'chalav, tastes like a McDonald's? I'm alone. The tami kapila. So we said over there, let the chef taste it. A guy. Says Gemara. So over here also, why can't he taste it? We're talking about a city. There's no guy. Should we start the sugya or wait for tomorrow? Let's start it first. We'll just do the beginning and then we'll go. Let's do 2 lines here. It's Gishmak Sugya. Itmar. Dogim here. Let me show you this real quickly. Where's my thing? Oh. Boys, check this out real quickly. If I have a piece of meat, here's a steak. I have a steak and I have a fish. And this touches this. Oh, shouldn't do that. This touches this. Now the fish just became what? Flesh. This is meat. Touch this. They're both very hot. The meat went into the fish. You ask him, can I eat it with this, with milk? No, no way. But that's called meat. But what if my hot steak touched this bowl? So now there's steak in the bowl. Now I took the steak out. And now I take a piece of fish and I touch this hot bowl. Hot fish in the bowl. Now it took out of the bowl, it went into the fish. What's that called? That's called not barnat. Now, it looks like this, not barnat. They always say, I think that not barnat means...
You have to have liquid, don't you?
What?
You have to have liquid. It's called
No, hot in the thing. Well, let's not get confused there. Not barnat stands for No trauma, be relaxed. That's what I decided. This is the most traumatic sentence in Shas. People are like, whoa, not Barnat. It's nothing, nothing. It means the meat touched his bowl, and then the fish touched the bowl. No trauma. Be relaxed. Otazoi. So Mela, it goes like this. Dogim shalabakara, you have boiling hot fish that are in a meat bowl. Ravam asalachim bekutach, so you're not allowed to eat it afterwards with milk. Is this fish, the fish that has a little bit of flavor of meat, you'll eat it with milk. Rav says, asur. Ushmulam amutalachim bekutach. You're allowed to. Ravam also noisen tamu. It's nun tes, not. Ushmulam amutar noisen tam bar noisen tamu. Givaldik, if somebody came to Rosh Zaman Auerbach and says, Rebbe, I learned Daf Yomi. I don't remember a thing. He says, you don't remember a thing? Let me ask you a question. What if a not Barnat married a Ben Pekua? Is the kid a mamzer or not? So the guy started laughing. He says, you're laughing? That means you know your stuff. Not Barnat married a Ben Pekua. Let me just show you this thing real quickly. This is, I like this a lot, this one actually. Benny is Mechol Gami.
רועי, מה קורה פה? לא עבדת איזה אוהד ככה, מה עבד איזה אוהד?
הבוסור נתן טעם בקערה, הקערה נתנה טעם בי, נת ברנט של אתר, מותר לאכול אותי עם הכותח.
רק בשביל זה שווה להיות אשכנזי, בשביל לאכול דוגים בחולוב.
Boy Sai, have a wonderful day.
Merit the schus of spreading Torah throughout the world. Sponsor a shir today. MDYsponsor.com or sponsor at MDYDAF.com.